Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we will see a bracelet project. It's a two-strand bracelet project. Here is a strand of metal spacer beads or metal dangles you can call. This is from Bead Landing. It's from Michaels. You can get these ready-made here in Michaels. So if you want to design a bracelet around this and some beads, I have here some 8mm Jasper gemstone beads in a smooth round. And then other than this, we need some spacer beads. I have two different kind of spacer beads. This is like disc spacer beads and these are like round metallic spacer beads. And I have a clasp. You can take any clasp you want. I took this. And then some head pins, a dangle. I chose this quartz crystal because the green matches, and I really don't want to make a big dangle out of this 8mm, so I chose this. And then a small metallic bead for a dangle as well, and some jump rings. I have here some 5mm jump rings and two head pins for to make the dangles. And then we need some crimp tubes or crimp beads, and then some beading wire. This one is 0.45mm beading wire. This is a 7-strand beading wire. You can use 19 strand or 47 strand, 49 strand, whichever you want to. And then tools wise, we need wire cutters. You don't need nylon jaw pliers, but if you want to straighten your wire to make that angle, you would need one. And then round nose pliers and tweezer nose or needle nose pliers. If you are using crimping pliers, you can take that as well. So these are the materials that we need for this project. This is an exciting project. It's easy to do. At the same time, it looks substantial, or you can do a statement bracelet kind of a thing. I'm just snipping off this tag out of this, and then here we go. It's already like in a curved shape, the leaf is. So when you keep it on your wrist, it's perfectly like that. So this itself is a bracelet. If you want to take just one leaf off and then put a clasp, you can actually make a bracelet. So this itself will be a bracelet. So easy to make jewelry on your own if you learn the basic steps. And then but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove there is already jump rings connecting these leaves, so I'm just going to. And one more tool that we need is bent nose pliers. Bent nose pliers are easy to actually open and close jump rings, so I like that. So we need all of these leaves to actually my wrist size, to cover my wrist size, so I need all of these. So let me see if I can. Yeah, this one's, if I add the clasp, then that is perfect. So here we go. We'll keep this aside, and then first of all we will make the beaded part. So to make the beaded part, I need some of my spacer beads. These are, I think, 3mm spacers, metallic spacers. These are some 6mm disc shaped spacers. As you can see, they look like flowers. I'm gonna string this 8mm bead, and then I'm gonna just figure out a pattern which I really like. So if I add this and one more spacer and one more 8mm, yeah, you can just string a little bit and then see if you really like the pattern. You can also try just this spacer bead in between and kind of alternate. I think that should be good. I really like this pattern. I'll go ahead and do this. So the standard wrist size is about 7 to 7.5 inch. Depending upon your wrist size, you need that amount of leaves or that amount of beads that you need to string. So here we go. These spacer beads and bead caps are a nice way to add a metallic element to your bracelet. It really enhances the look of your bracelet in general. So if you can buy just random bead spacers also, you will find a use of it in some projects. In one project or the other, you will be able to use it. And this metallic round spacer beads are one of my to-go spacer beads for all necklace and beading projects. They are really nice and smooth, and I bought this from bbcraft.com, I believe. They come in like not these boxes, but they come in a small box, and they're pretty convenient to use it in your projects. And this gemstone is like really nice color. As you can see, the orange color is coming through. Very pretty design. Natural gemstone. I think they are 8mm, but let me just find out how big they are. So here we go. Okay, they are about 9mm, I guess. No, 10mm. So you need to be careful with the pattern as well, because this pattern has one different type here and the other one, and it is repeated. So you need to be careful when you're done with the project. You measure this. Let's do measuring part. It's almost same, yeah. And we need some for the clasp as well. So I'm taking this off. So 6.5 should be good enough, because we need 1 inch for the clasp, and my clasp is pretty long, as you can see. It's, yeah, so we need that much space for the, and I don't want this to be big also. I need to keep that in mind as well. So that's about right, not more than that. So the pattern, as you can see, here it is not very symmetrical. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of this and 4 of the other one, and I would prefer ending with this over here also, but it will disrupt my pattern. I am fine with this. If you want to design your bracelet according to that, you can design in a different way. So here we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to add these to my clasp first with the jump ring. So I'm using this jump ring at the end over here, the one that we removed the last leaf with. So I'm adding that one to this one end of the clasp, taking my bent nose pliers, and but I still need a couple of jump rings to get to that design. So here we go. Everything is proper, and I need more jump rings, definitely over here. And as you can see, this jump ring is not closed properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some jump rings, and then finally I will add the clasp part. So opening and closing the jump ring, I have some videos on my channel. If you want to, go ahead and watch those. You always twist it up and down, add it to the other end, and close it tight. Wiggle it around, and you will hear a click sound. Then you will make sure that your jump ring is closed. I'm adding a couple of jump rings to actually gain the length that I want for the beaded bracelet to fit rightly proportionally there. So if I close it, I will be adding more. So I would think that I will add one more leaf as well instead of doing this jump ring, because I might need a lot. Or I'll keep it this way. We'll finish this bracelet and then we'll see. Okay, let's take our crimp tube, add the crimp tube to the end of the bracelet and attach it to this side of the loop, and then go through the crimp tube once again. For the crimping technique also, there's a couple of videos on my channel. If you want to, go ahead and watch those. So here we go. I'm back through the crimp tube, and I'm just going to secure it very close where I want to be. You don't want it pretty close so that it is stiff. Now I'm going ahead with my tweezer nose pliers to press the crimp tube shut and to squish them nicely so that it crimps. Now I'll go ahead and try to put my bead through. It's going through, so I'm not snipping off the excess wire. So here we go. I'm going to take my beads, and actually now I like to work with the spool because I know exactly how much wire I need, and I'm just leaving about 1.5 inches or 2 inches of wire here for me to crimp. That should be enough. Now I have these right here, and as you can see, if I do this, I still need a little bit more for my the beads to cover this. But if I'm just going to put it against my wrist, or you can measure also and see how much this one is. So 7.5. So it will be more if we add. So at this point of time, if you are making the bracelet for yourself, you can keep it around your wrist like this, and then see, this is big, just a little bit big, because if I add this, it will become really big. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove these beads. Okay, if I add once again, I'm checking. See, it's not even coming here, so I need to add a couple more beads here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the pattern a little bit and I'll get back. So I changed the pattern a little bit. I added a spacer bead and a metallic spacer and this spacer at the end, and then I followed the pattern, the same pattern. Then I added the leaf also. So for this hook to come over and clamp it um, on our jump ring, it needs a little bit way to actually, you have to go all the way to put it. So I figured this would help, and this is a little bit tad bit bigger than this, but that's okay. This will be perfectly secure with these two together attached to this. So I'm going ahead and taking my jump ring with a crimp tube. Take the crimp tube in, take our jump ring, and then go ahead and put the ring, come back, put the wire through the crimp tube, there we go. Take your pliers, figure this is proper at this end, and then pull the short end of the wire which is coming back from the crimp tube, and then figure if this is okay, because you need to put it around your wrist like this. It should not be way too tight. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and crimp it, and then snip off the excess tail wire. There we go. And now you can take a jump ring, between your pliers, attach it to this end of the clasp and then the leaf, and then close it shut. That's it. We are almost done. I just need to make this dangle. There we go. So this is our bracelet. Even if it goes up and below, it looks really nice. If it goes on top also, it looks really nice, as you can see. Now all we need to do is to make a dangle. To make a dangle, take a head pin, and you can add a bead in between or on top like that. First do this first, and then the spacer, and then this round spacer. This is also nice. All you need to do is bend it at an angle and then snip off a little bit, leaving about a centimeter or so. Take your round nose pliers and make a loop, and the same way I'm going to make a dangle with this. Just this, seeing if it looks nice. Adding a spacer bead would help also, and then bending it at 90 degrees, snipping off about a centimeter, taking your round nose pliers, positioning it between the mandrels and rotating it so that it comes and reaches the bead. Make sure it's shut, and our loops are ready now to add. These tangles are ready now to add it to the bracelet. I'm gonna add it here. You can add it this side as well, but I would like to add it to this side of the clasp so that there is no hindrance when you are trying to put it around your wrist. So it's just rotating. There we go. And I want it to be between these two dots so that it doesn't come off. I have attached one more to go. Make it wide open so it fits the space. All I have to do is close it shut, and my bracelet is ready with the dangles. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.